What's up, guys? It's Drac, and today we're going to use this. This is a very cute Christmas present from my best friend. Bought me a bottle of vampire wine. And I would pour you guys a glass, but there are 500,000 of you. I don't know how many of you will ever see this video. And the bottle's just honestly not that big. So, a toast to the death of reason on this platform. With that out of the way, let's discuss this. So this is an email that I got, actually a couple of, but this is the one that I care about predominantly. And let's read it together. So we can even zoom in just a little bit here. Just a little bit. So that you guys can read along, hopefully. Everyday Alchemy. Today we are announcing changes to the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program, while our goal remains to keep the YouTube Partner Program open to as many channels as possible. That's not true. We recognize the need for more safeguards to protect our creator revenue across the YouTube ecosystem. Well, we recognize that together, YouTube. That is for certain. What's changing? Well, of note, the email is particularly somewhat insulting because I didn't get an email from my channels that meet these requirements, just the ones that didn't. So, under the new eligibility requirements, your YouTube channel, Everyday Alchemy, is no longer eligible for the monetization because it doesn't meet the new threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Now, I want to point out that these are together. There's been a lot of confusion, particularly in the Nerf hobby, about what exactly this means, which is kind of funny, but I can tell you based on the emails that I got for the channels that I got them for, and more importantly, the ones that I didn't, exactly what it means. It means that in the last 12 months, you have to have both 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 new subscribers. So, obviously, channels that don't have either of those things at all aren't going to make it, but like Everyday Alchemy has, I want to say, somewhere around 12,000 subscribers and got this much watch time. So that means that the issue that Everyday Alchemy has is simply that in 2017, it didn't get 1,000 new subscribers, which makes a ton of sense. I don't think I posted a video on it. So there you have that. However, because it had all of those videos from way, way back in the day, and I don't recommend looking up this channel, it generates a lot of trickle revenue. So it's interesting that YouTube doesn't want, and YouTube takes roughly half of all the money that anybody on YouTube makes. That's just, I hate talking about money on YouTube, but if they're just going to keep hammering the little guy, and even like a lot of people look at my channels and they think that they're pretty big, but like as far as YouTube's concerned, I'm a little guy. Like, it is what it is. Like, YouTube gets most of its money, a huge percentage of its money, from its top 1,000 creators. And I think that I don't even know, there was a point in time where I was a top 10,000 creator, but I don't think that I'm anywhere close to that anymore. So the bottom line is that even though Everyday Alchemy made a few $100s in 2017 just with trickle from old content, links from old videos, doing realistically nothing, it doesn't matter, I guess. So YouTube is not only, that's where this starts to get really, really slimy, because see, like YouTube, or Google, we should say, will run those ads regardless, and they'll take money regardless. So it's only by removing me from the partnership program in this respect that they get to keep more of that money. So like, they don't have to pay people who aren't partners to run ads on their content. And I might not be 100% correct there, but I know that banner ads, and then in reality just the equity of the platform getting those views, is good for the YouTube ecosystem. The YouTube ecosystem, which is what you're trying to protect. I mean, realistically what you're doing is you're protecting people whose last name is Paul, despite the fact that they're destroying the system for the rest of us with terrible mainstream media attention. Like, I've gotten so many tags in memes about like how like people who are YouTube content creators professionally, and again, this is only a portion of my business, but like, it's definitely the most public portion of my business, and like, people are mocking content creators because the most pronounced and well-recognized content creators of 2017 are clowns. Like, and it's just unbelievable to me. Like, the solution that YouTube has to, oh man, we had all these issues with like a few of our top creators getting mainstream media attention that decimated ad revenue across our platform and really shook the foundation of the faith in this like independent content creator system, was not to punish those people. Like, no, why would you do that? It's to continue doing lots of little things that hurt small creators. Now, at this point, I'm a little bit jaded because obviously I make content about modifying toy blasters, which could easily be construed as toy guns, so a lot of my videos have been hit as of the Las Vegas tragedy with these like, oh, he must be teaching people how to make bump stocks because we reviewed the tags and the automatic translation of words from my my diction, and they were like, anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is quickly becoming a rant. I just think that somebody with a decent following, because, I mean, and I've no doubt that like big YouTube channels will speak out against this, but I honestly don't think that big YouTube channels care, because this doesn't affect big YouTube channels. This doesn't even affect my YouTube channel, like LordDraconical, my main YouTube channel, which is what I'm posting it on. What it does affect is the thing that's like most important to me, which is the NIC, which I've spoken about before, but that's like the community of people who support this hobby. And when I say that, I mean like the people who come to End War, like the people who run their own small Nerf groups, the people who make their own blasters and sink $100, $200 into their Strife build, like the people who really care and are passionate about this hobby. A lot of them have small YouTube channels. There's so many of them that I couldn't even list. Now, part of it isn't that big a deal. Like, part of it is that this is how it used to be. Like, when I became a YouTube partner, Google didn't own YouTube yet. It was still its own company, and you had to apply, and the first time they denied me, and then you'd have to wait a few months and apply again. And even back then, I think that the requirements were kind of arbitrary. It was like, you should have this and you should have this, but ultimately, we're going to review your account, we're going to get back to you and let you know if you made it, and then you can start earning 10 cents for the nothing that your channel's making. But then Google bought them, and Google was like, everybody should be a partner, everybody should be able to make money. Now realistically, you had to get like 10,000 views for a hot minute there, but that didn't even really matter, I guess. Like, that's so easy to achieve just on Facebook and Instagram alone that that wasn't a real requirement. So anybody could monetize, and that was honestly pretty cool. I was a big believer in that. At this point, we don't need this. We can kind of make myself the video. So like, that was pretty cool. Like, honestly, it was great. It was great that like all these small creators, all these particularly kids who have grown up with YouTube at this point, like whatever you call the generation of people who have grown up completely with the internet, like, how wonderful for them that they could see direct analytics results for the work that they put into a system and watch their growth and their progress all the way up to that first paycheck, which in the United States is a cutoff of 100 United States dollars, which is a humongous amount of money. So like, insanely cool. And I loved it. Like, Everyday Alchemy actually became a partnered channel based on the old system. I also applied to YouTube, not Google, for Everyday Alchemy, and now it's being demonetized. And again, like, this isn't even a huge thing to me. Like, ultimately, my analytics tell me that I'm gonna lose somewhere around $2,500 over 2018 if this happens. Now, if like 400 people go subscribe to Everyday Alchemy, it won't happen, but I'm not even gonna ask you to do that, because there's so many small creators out there that are far more worthy of rescuing their monetization, even if they don't make that much money in a calendar year on their channel. It's just like, in particular, like, I have one very good friend, Vlad. He's been in vlogs and a variety of other content. I featured his blasters and stuff. Has actually never gotten a Google payout before. And so he called me today and he was like, hey man, have you gotten this email? And I was like, yeah, I got a couple of them actually. And he's like, is there anything we can do about it? other than just like work harder. Like I don't know how to accelerate the growth of my channel without like artificially creating virality or like paying Facebook to plug your videos or whatever. Like, I mean, there are ways that you could do it, but then you're spending money to make money, and it's just, I don't know. I've got no experience with that system, but like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I know you have to spend money to make money, but come on. Uh, so the thing is, he's at like $86 in his analytics, and so he's never gotten a payout. And I shouldn't be sharing this information publicly because I don't. I'll check with him to make sure he's okay with me sharing it. But like, that's $86 of work that he's put in over years, realistically, growing his channel and making these videos. And like for him, that's a whole project that he could make. It's like finally, like you're like, buy 10 smoothies, get your 11th one free. Like, and so like in his case specifically, because there was this promise and now it's being yanked away, it's kind of like theft. Like, YouTube is going to keep using him for the platform, or I guess he could walk at any point, but he's already put in all that work, all that equity, and they're just like, oh, you're out, kid. We're yanking you as of February 20th. And so, like, that $86 that YouTube by rights owes him, they're just going to keep indefinitely if he never opts back into this program based on their new requirements. And I mean, the real thing is like, what's this going to do? What does it actually accomplish? And I'm trying to think about it objectively as somebody who isn't upset, and I'm definitely a little bit upset, but like, who does this help? It's essentially gatekeeping for getting money out of the system. Like, does this stop the goofy Spider-Man Elsa channels? Like, no. They're going to meet these requirements like that. Does this stop? And again, like, I have a very good laser focus on kind of the toy side of YouTube. Like, it's a very small chunk of it, but like, I'm also experienced with some of these blog personality channels because they've been such a headline. I mean, it worked, I guess. Good for you, Logan. But this doesn't stop them at all. Like, they have not been punished. This doesn't punish them. All this does is make it harder for the next, like, person who might want to take a real stab at this to do it. Like, I've done actual talks at high schools, not colleges. I've kind of, never mind. I've done, in theory, like, educational lectures on, like, how insanely cool it is that in this day and age you can kind of blaze your own trail, make your own profession, build your own audience, use that, work it into your, you can literally create your own job. Maybe it's not a career, certainly not the way things are going, but like, you can create your own profession on a very diverse, very robust, very powerful ecosystem, which is YouTube. And like, it's super weird because I caught it at that weird point where like, I was a YouTuber before that was a job. I was a YouTuber before that was a thing. Like, I remember back when it was like, or it seemed like Jenna Marbles was making money on YouTube and Ray William Johnson was making money on YouTube, and that was it. And that's very, again, like, that wasn't it, but you get kind of what I'm saying in the time. And now, like, thousands and thousands of people make their living on YouTube, and just at the drop of a hat, YouTube makes these changes which affect people's lives. And like, at least this time they're giving you some sort of timeline or something. Like, they've at least given you a 30-day notice. And this is hilarious because this is the first time, to my knowledge, that one of these sweeping changes has been made that, like, there's even a fair shake. Like, you give 2 weeks before you quit your job, and YouTube is literally like demonetized friends of mine's entire channels, companies' entire channels based on world events or the actions of unrelated parties overnight. They have woken up and been like, wow, it's really weird that I made $0 yesterday. And then they look at all their videos and they're all just hundreds of videos, and there's no repercussions for that because the way that, like, YouTubers are not unionized, there's no platform that competes with YouTube, and there's just no consequences. YouTube doesn't care about the little guy. And that's ultimately what this email says. Like, to me, this email says, hey, we recognize that there was a huge media outrage at one of our most popular channels, who, by the way, makes us millions of dollars a year. And we hear that you are really upset about that, mainstream media and society, and so we have decided to punish him in a way that realistically does nothing to him while he experiences unprecedented growth and success on our platform. But for your pound of flesh, we will just draw hard lines saying that all of these small content creators just, it's like if you look at YouTube and success on YouTube like climbing a ladder, right? And let's say the ladder is 20 feet tall or whatever, and to make it you have to get halfway up the ladder or whatever. YouTube just took the bottom 5 feet of rungs just off the ladder. They just sawed them all off and said, well, if you're not already on the ladder, jump. And so, in particular, to bring it back home, because I know that I could rant about this for a long time, because obviously 2017 was super frustrating for me and a bunch of other people who are on this platform just trying to kind of stick it out and hope that the ship gets righted. Like, the NIC is full of a lot of great small channels. And when I say small, I mean like under 2,000 subscribers small. Like, I'm talking about the kind of content creators who just aren't in a position yet to achieve 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. And like, I can't even list them all because there are so many. There are a couple of good posts on Facebook, so if you're already part of the community, I highly recommend checking those out. But like, I will list the ones that I am personally very close to. Vlad could definitely like use a couple of subscribers. I think that Dart Dragon and TK118, 1138 from the SCNC are both in good shape, but it wouldn't help to pad their subs. Shoot. I would have to look at the list. Those are just like some that I'm thinking of, and honestly, like, as I can think of a couple more, but like, those are people that I'm personally very close to, and if I rattled off 3 more and not the other 40, like, I would just be arbitrarily, it wouldn't be fair. So I highly recommend looking into that. Again, like, Everyday Alchemy is going to be fine one way or the other. I'm not super concerned about that. I have a big video about like my future on YouTube coming, but I have gotten so many messages today about this, and I have gotten phone calls from friends of mine like, hey, help. And I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, this affects everyone. It affects the platform. It's not good for, it's literally not good for anybody, except maybe YouTube, which will make more money. I hope they do good things with it, because right now Google and its whole do no evil is doing a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this. And so thanks a bunch. I hope you guys, I honestly, I hope that you didn't enjoy this video. Like, I hope that YouTube sees it, and that'd be pretty bad. Like, if YouTube really pays attention to this video, they'll probably just demonetize all of my videos, not just the mod videos. So, like, maybe I shouldn't launch it. I'm gonna launch it.